Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
After spending years of your life in a marriage, how does it feel to be marginalized as your spouse's focus shifts to someone else? Oh, and their wife is that person as well. Isn't that annoying? On Sister Wives, however, that is precisely what took place. Even when 3 of Kody Brown's 4 wives left him, the show that was meant to depict a positive polygamous dynamic descended into years of anarchy. Although the family had many problems, one of the primary causes of contention was Kody's obvious partiality for Robyn. Fans were relieved to see his first 3 wives finally break the poisonous relationship and criticize Kody's actions. I believed for years that Kody's sole desire was to be with Robyn. He dedicated all of his time and effort there. In addition to asserting that he has only ever loved her, he has recently made hints that, despite Robyn's difficulties, he would be interested in continuing their inadvertently monogamous relationship. However, just because his gaze isn't straying doesn't mean that he isn't focused on himself, or more precisely, on someone else. Kody's self-centered acts have not altered despite my repeated criticism of his narcissistic behavior. Since she is the sole wife left to cope with Kody, Robyn has even said that she feels overburdened. Which begs the more important question, is their love really sincere? Or is his claimed affection actually about approval and control? It's conceivable that Kody would portray Robyn as the antagonist if she were to emulate her sister wives, reiterating the same tendencies he's shown during the breakdown of his previous marriages. If that's the case, Kody's purported love for Robyn might be as self-serving as his hairstyle. Kody and Robyn's relationship, from infatuation to favoritism. When they first began dating in 2010, Kody appeared to be completely smitten with Robyn. However, considering the specifics of their relationship, I believe Kody was experiencing infatuation rather than love. He likened his feelings for Robyn to his first romantic feelings as a youngster. I find it strange, and simply hurtful to his former wives, that Kody suddenly implies he never had feelings for Robyn because he already had 3 wives when he met her. The rhythm he had established with Meri, Janelle, and Christine was shaken up by Robyn, who represented something fresh and exciting. He had been in multiple marriages for almost 20 years by the time he married Robyn. Following their 1990 legal marriage, Kody and Meri welcomed Janelle in 1993 and Christine in 1994 through a spiritual union. All of the wives in those early marriages were from polygamous families, suggesting that the goal of the unions was to create several families. The Browns had not been actively seeking to grow their family when Robyn was born. Kody went to considerable measures to legally wed Robyn in 2014. He never did the same for Janelle or Christine. Kody reasoned that he needed to divorce Meri in order to officially adopt Robyn's children from a prior marriage. This can appear to be a romantic, opulent gesture at first glance. However, it was also pragmatic and perhaps even strategic. Kody strengthened his position as the patriarch by lawfully marrying Robyn, giving his favorite wife a degree of stability and legality that the others never enjoyed. I believe that Kody's preference for Robyn was clear from the start and just grew stronger as the seasons progressed. For instance, the wedding rings. Even after spiritually marrying Janelle and Christine, Kody continued to wear the same ring that Meri had given him for years. He insisted on melting that ring down when he started dating Robyn. After he married Robyn, he began wearing a new clado ring that his wife had designed and paid for. While filming season 18, viewers later saw Kody sporting yet another new ring in 2022, which was reportedly a present from Robyn. Kody was still spiritually devoted to Meri even after Christine and Janelle had left the family. It was another smack in the face for him to replace rings once more, substituting one that represented his entire family with one that solely represented Robyn. On camera, Meri challenged him about it, but he didn't really respond. Not surprisingly, a few months later, in early 2023, Meri declared she was divorcing him. Was love the reason Robyn Kody was favorite? Most likely not. I can think of innumerable instances where Kody has shown his preference for Robyn. In contrast to his prior spouses, he provided her with a nanny. While the rest of the family was still trying to find stable housing, he persuaded them to contribute to the cost of her spacious new home. It seems as though he completely forgot about the rest of the family once Robyn was involved. The children are included as well. According to a number of Kody's children with Christine, Janelle, and Meri, they don't spend much time with him and don't have a strong bond. In the meantime, Robyn's children, both from her first marriage and her children with Kody, seem to be closer to him. However, none of these is necessarily evidence of love. It suggests Kody's selfishness, if anything. He usually concentrates his efforts where he feels most valued or where he can gain the most. Since he and Robyn are still on good terms, it probably would have been simpler for him to connect with Robyn's children. In contrast, his tense relationships with his other, now ex-wives have made it more difficult for him to connect with their children. Additionally, his adult children's fragile relationship with Kody has probably gotten worse as they have grown more vocal. It looks like Kody's love is conditional. Because it is founded on devotion and adoration, Kody's affection appears to be conditional. He treats people he deems deserving of it as a prize. He frequently contrasted Robyn's actions with the deference and treachery he alleges to have encountered from his previous spouses. However, having lived with Kody for almost 30 years, those women were aware of his shortcomings and didn't hesitate to confront him. However, the more they did this, the more Kody appeared to have put Robyn first, disregarding those marriages. Robyn had rose-colored glasses when she first entered the household. In contrast to his previous relationships, which had long since passed, she and Kody were still in the honeymoon phase, and everything was new. After exiting an abusive marriage, Robyn acknowledged that she was seeking security and desired the safety and support of a multiple family. In retrospect, I think she could have loved Kody more for what he stood for than for who he truly was. The same could be true about Kody, who cherished Robyn's boosting of his self-esteem and reinforcement of the conduct he desired from his other spouses. Robyn has consistently been the quietest and least judgmental. She is more submissive, which could be the reason she has maintained her good standing with Kody for so long. To put it politely, Kody does not respond well to challenges. He probably believed that adding a fourth wife would restore his control and change the dynamics of the household. However, he focused all of his good energy on Robyn when the other spouses didn't share his beliefs, which was probably the beginning of the end for his first 3 marriages. Robyn's narcissistic cycle is unbreakable. Perhaps TLC should hire a therapist to examine the sister wives cast, but they haven't done it yet. For years, fans have accused Kody of being a narcissist. He exhibits many of the typical symptoms, including a need for control, a lack of empathy, and an exaggerated feeling of self-worth, even though we are unable to give him a formal diagnosis. Since history is said to repeat itself, Robyn may experience the same cycle. Is it possible for narcissists to love someone? Narcissists often associate love with how someone makes them feel about themselves, according to specialists. It's about their ego, not about emotional closeness. This reminds me of Kody. This is not to imply that Kody suffers from NPD. However, it appears that both Robyn and he fell more in love with what the other person stood for than with their actual selves. For Robyn, Kody stood for security and safety. For Kody, Robyn stood for safety and approval. Especially compared to his previous marriages, he cherished the way she made him feel. She supported and admired him when she first appeared, and probably most significantly, she didn't oppose him. This, in my opinion, explains why he was so eager to get involved in their relationship and why he developed a pattern of partiality so fast. Additionally, the fact that Robyn no longer wears the same rose-colored glasses, possibly with a small tint, explains why the pair appears to be having problems now, more than 10 years into their marriage. Relationships with narcissistic personalities often have a pattern. Idealization is the initial stage, during which the narcissist elevates their relationship. Similar to Kody's early handling of Robyn, this time is frequently characterized by love bombing, high praise, and rapid emotional escalation. The devaluation step comes next. The affection starts to wane when the spouse starts to act independently, starts to challenge the narcissist, or stops boosting their ego. It's possible for the narcissist to start withdrawing emotionally, becoming critical, and pulling away. The narcissist rewrites the story and emotionally distances themselves in the last stage, discard. They could portray themselves as the victim and place the blame on the other person. Kody portrayed the victim in a painting. Kody withdrew emotionally, even though he never formally ended any of his marriages. He informed Meri that he no longer wanted to have a sexual relationship with her. He was always criticizing and pointing out the flaws in his wives. Additionally, he portrayed himself as the victim following each split. Kody accused Christine of betraying him when she left. He was projecting behaviors that he had displayed for years onto her, which was classic gaslighting. Kody frequently neglected Christine, Janelle, and Meri in favor of Robyn and her kids. However, he was unable to take responsibility for his actions when those women chose to leave. Robyn has stayed on her pedestal thus far. However, since she has acknowledged that she struggles without the help of her sister wives, there's a potential that Kody's love for her will wane, as it did in his previous marriages. And what does that say about the love he professes to have for her, if he is unwilling to support her in her hour of need? That being said, Robyn and Kody, who are now monogamous, just purchased a brand new, multi-million-dollar home. As Sister Wives approaches its 20th season, there are also speculations about a potential spin-off. One thing is certain, regardless of whether Kody and Robyn remain together, the drama is here to stay, and neither are we. Sister Wives viewers want to know if Kody Brown used his thinking cap when making decisions in the most recent season of the TLC program. He once stated that he fears falling into poverty. It looks like he might be in for a scare because one family member disclosed an ailment he had some time ago. Sister Wives, Kody and Brown took a different path. To say that Kody Brown appreciates the finest things in life would be an understatement. There are 18 children with this father. He did, however, still drive a two-seater sports automobile. When the Sister Wives husband of 4 was first spotted driving around in that car during one of the first seasons, fans took to social media. Of course, the 4 women could drive the newest models of larger cars that they owned. And, starting with the 4 Kody built in Vegas, their homes were never ordinary. The homes of all the Sister Wives' wives were lavish. Since Coyote Pass development has been postponed, he and Robyn Brown have purchased another lavish home. Since Christine Brown has already departed, her money is most likely hers. But in season 18, Meri Brown rented an opulent apartment, while Janelle Brown rented a modest one. These two still talk as though they are still making money for the family. Following the flow of money, it trickles. Kody Brown divorced 3 women in real time. Robyn Brown is all that remains of him. But that is problematic from the fans' point of view. The 3 women that jumped ship had a significant positive impact on the sister women family's finances. As we have learned thus far in season 18, Janelle Brown is still employing her cookie jar strategy. There, their earnings are totaled. She talked about how all of her money was still owned by the family and Coyote Pass. Then there is Meri Brown, who allegedly helped Robyn Brown purchase the pricey Flagstaff home with Janelle by using the money from the sale of their Vegas residences. Christine Brown was honest about what she wanted when she left. She handed up her interest in Coyote Pass in exchange for the money from the sale of the house she and Kody had purchased in Flagstaff. She severed her financial ties a while back. It still sounds like Meri and Janelle are adding to the Sister Wives cookie jar, though, in season 18. Viewers watch as their 2 marriages fail this season. But watchers of the show know that Kody only has 1 wife remaining. Observers are shocked that he kept a non-working wife. This follows some time ago when one of Kody's adult children, Gwendolyn Brown, disclosed the information. Robyn and her father spend a lot more than they can afford, she said. As a result, fans believe that Kody Brown and his youngest wife are currently struggling financially. They think it will happen soon, if not right now. Sister Wives, what does Kody think? The viewers of this series know that Robyn Brown never had a job. She seems to have the best of everything, from her home to her car. But the main question raised by the devoted Sister Wives fans is how Kody Brown can now afford his lavish lifestyle. Because he could have done more to save those failed marriages, some people think he didn't do the math. The 3 women who made a significant amount of money are no longer there. That leaves Kody Brown and Robyn Brown, who is unemployed, sitting side by side. As far as Sister Wives fans know, she hasn't joined the family since. Was Kody not taking half? Kody's younger wife was the original founder of the online site My Sister Wife's Closet. But it closed down years ago with a message that they would be back soon. But they haven't come back. That appeared to be her only profitable endeavor, aside from receiving payment for appearing on the show. According to reports, the remuneration for each adult Sister Wives cast member varies. As a result, the family's pooled funds no longer include 5 wages as they did when all 5 were present. Only Kody and Robyn's paychecks seemed to be left to support their way of life after it was cut in half. Furthermore, all 3 of the original Sister Wives brides were wise enough to accumulate personal wealth through their lucrative side ventures. At one point, that most likely also assisted with the shared family expenses. But now that all 3 ladies are self-sufficient, it seems that they brought with them a substantial amount of money that Kody had previously had access to. Fans claim that Kody is quite worried about the future of the Sister Wives series. This is most likely the primary, if not the sole, source of income for Kody Brown and his younger wife from the TLC series. Sister Wives, the shocking truth behind Kody Brown's relationship with Robyn. Is he faking it? Intro. In the world of Sister Wives, there's no shortage of drama, but one question has been eating away at fans for years. Does Kody Brown really love Robyn? Is the so-called sacred relationship between them built on genuine affection, or is Kody simply playing the role of a dutiful husband, trying to maintain a sense of harmony within his polygamous family? While the Sister Wives cameras have captured the highs and lows of Kody's relationships with all his wives, Robyn has always seemed to hold a special place in his heart. But could that be an illusion? Could Kody's connection with Robyn be a mere facade designed to maintain control over the family dynamic? Join us as we break down the shocking truth behind Kody Brown's relationship with Robyn and explore the signs that suggest he might not love her as much as we thought. Chapter 1. The love story that captivated fans. From the moment Robyn entered Kody's life, fans were intrigued by the dynamic between them. Kody, already married to Meri, Janelle, and Christine, seemed to have found an undeniable connection with Robyn. But was it really love, or was there something else at play? Their whirlwind romance seemed perfect. Kody even legally married Robyn, which was a first for the polygamist family. Was this a genuine expression of love, or was Kody simply fulfilling his desire to add another wife to his already complicated life? We dive into the timeline of Kody and Robyn's courtship, from their initial meeting to their eventual wedding. Was there chemistry, or was it all scripted for the cameras? Did Robyn have the upper hand all along, or was Kody secretly resentful of her for throwing off the balance he had with his other wives? Chapter 2. The Other Wives, a silent witness to Kody's inconsistencies. Throughout the seasons of Sister Wives, it's become clear that Kody's relationships with his other wives, especially Meri, Janelle, and Christine, have had their share of ups and downs. But one thing has remained constant: the tension between Kody and his wives regarding his relationship with Robyn. Meri has openly expressed feelings of abandonment, Janelle has questioned Kody's leadership, and Christine, well, she's essentially checked out. But could it be that Kody's affection for Robyn has created a divide, leaving his other wives feeling neglected, hurt, and ultimately resentful? We take a closer look at the subtle and not-so-subtle signs that Kody's love for Robyn might not be as authentic as it seems. From his actions toward his other wives to the way he often deflects or dismisses their concerns, it's evident that Kody's attention is heavily skewed toward Robyn, and it's possible that this imbalance is the root cause of the family's unraveling. Chapter 3. Robyn's influence on Kody's decisions, control or love. For years, Robyn has been viewed as the favorite wife in Kody's eyes, but is this because of genuine love or a power dynamic that has left Kody unable to make decisions without her input? As Robyn continues to play a major role in Kody's decision-making, from family matters to business ventures, one question remains: is she manipulating him, or is Kody simply unable to make decisions without her guidance? We explore how Robyn's influence over Kody has shaped not only his relationship with her, but also his interactions with his other wives. Did Kody's need for control lead him to favor Robyn, or is there something deeper, a codependency that goes beyond simple love? Chapter 4. Kody's declining relationship with his other wives. As Sister Wives continues to unfold, Kody's relationship with his other wives has steadily deteriorated. But is Robyn to blame for his crumbling marriages with Meri, Janelle, and Christine? Some fans believe that Kody's undying loyalty to Robyn has left little room for the other women to feel valued, which ultimately led to the downfall of his relationships with them. We take a deep dive into the specific moments when Kody's behavior has caused his relationships with his wives to falter. From his neglect of Janelle to his emotional abandonment of Christine, it seems that Robyn's influence over Kody might be more than just a supportive role. It could be the root cause of his fractured marriages. But how much of this breakdown is due to Kody's feelings of love, and how much is due to other factors? Chapter 5. The rumors. Is Kody using Robyn as a pawn in his family drama? The rumors have been swirling for years. Some claim that Kody uses Robyn as a pawn in his ongoing family drama, a way to keep the other wives in line while maintaining control over the family dynamic. Does Kody really love Robyn, or has he simply chosen her as the golden wife, who gives him the power and influence he craves? We dive into the latest gossip and rumors surrounding Kody and Robyn's relationship. From secret meetings with other women to shady behind-the-scenes tactics, it's clear that there's a lot more going on than meets the eye.